Do a quick video tutorial on what settings I find the best for using NVIDIA's hardware encoder with OBS for local recording and for streaming. I know some people have some problems, especially with the presets and what kind of difference they make. I haven't really found much information, so I thought I'd also add a comparison, which will be at the end of the video, and I'll leave the details in the description and my presets also in the descriptions. But your general guidelines are for local recording, you want a high bit rate. I use 21 megabits for 30 FPS and 1080p, which I think is plenty, and it gives good detail. You can set this higher or lower depending on your system and how big of a file size and what resolution and whatnot. For video, I generally leave the frame rate at 30 frames per second, and this is all up to you. If you are downscaling while streaming, I generally use the second best one, the bicubic sharpener, good detail, 16 samples. If you have enough horsepower, you can always use the best detail one. But you know, if you're not, I prefer not to downscale when, at least when recording locally. I do downscale when streaming to 720p, in which case I do use the second best quality downscale. Advanced is where things get a little tricky. Always use the multi-threaded optimizations, and if you're using NVENC code, do not change the process priority class, because I do not know whether or not it actually works properly, because it's using the GPU and the CPU to do most of the encoding. I leave this default, I don't mess with that. And under the video section of the advanced settings in OBS, I generally use the high quality setting for both recording and streaming. Always leave the encoding profile on high, or else it will not look very good. CFR is very useful, especially if you're planning on editing the footage with a video editing program like Premiere, After Effects, Sony Vegas, whatever. Allow 61 to 120 FPS. This can be on or off, depends on which game you're playing and, you know, how high of a frame rate you need, to be honest. And I think that's about it. I'll let you take a look at the differences in each one of these, but I will point out that high quality, low latency seems to cause a lot of problems for me, at least, when recording and streaming. When it's streaming at 60 frames per second, it will not load, and when it's recording, it tends to drop frames or duplicate frames, which looks really choppy sometimes, again, depending on what game and how much stuff is going on the screen. But yeah, I'll let you get to it.